Hey Browns fans! Coming in with the latest Browns news just for you, so let's talk about all the buzz going on in the NFL. But before we get started on this crazy update, hit that like button so you don't miss any breaking Browns news. Trust me, you're going to want to stay up to date with everything we have coming up. Our defensive coordinator Jim Schwartz recently made a bold statement that echoed around the league. He said he believes we have the best cornerback group in the NFL. And who will those top cornerbacks face in Week 1? None other than CeeDee Lamb, one of the league's elite receivers. The Cowboys star wideout had a monster season in 2023, leading the NFL with 135 receptions and 181 targets. Dak Prescott loves meeting him, and you know they'll want to do more of the same when they come to town. But guess what? Schwartz isn't worried. In fact, he's excited. This is NFL football, man. This is awesome. One of the best receivers in the NFL and what I consider the best cornerback group in the NFL. We play a lot of one-on-one, so it's going to be fun to watch these guys. That's right, Browns fans, we're going to see an epic one-on-one battle between CeeDee Lamb and our blocking cornerbacks. Let's talk about this cornerback group for a second, because they are stacked. You've got Denzel Ward, Greg Newsome II, and Martin Emerson Jr. leading the charge, and that's not all. Cameron Mitchell, Miles Harden, and Khalif Hailassie are all ready to step in and contribute. Newsome himself said it best when he talked about how deep this group is. From top to bottom, we have every guy that can play. So I think we're pretty special. Think about it, each of these cornerbacks brings something unique to the table. Ward has the quickness and instincts that make him one of the best in the league. Emerson has that length and physicality that can frustrate even the biggest receivers. Newsome? He has the perfect balance of technique and speed. And don't sleep on guys like Cam Mitchell or Miles Harden, who can come in and block without missing a beat. You also have to give credit to Martin Emerson, who is coming off a huge season. He led the team with 4 interceptions and tied for the league lead with 14 passes defended. Not only that, but he's been one of the top guys in the entire league in passes defended since 2022, with 29. This guy is only in his 3rd year and is already making waves as one of the best cornerbacks in the NFL. Newsome dealt with some hamstring issues during the offseason, but he's back and ready for Week 1. Coach Stefanski said he looked sharp in practice this week, making a ton of plays. And our 3-time Pro Bowler Denzel Ward is back from a concussion he suffered in training camp. Ward is excited to get on the field and face CeeDee Lamb. He's a receiver that can play in the slot or play outside. Great hands. Good route runner. We know the ball is going to come to him. Dak is going to throw the ball to him, so he gets targeted a lot out there. But he's a great receiver, Ward said. This matchup will be one for the ages. In Schwartz's first year as our defensive coordinator, the Browns' defense threw man coverage at the 5th highest rate in the NFL, 38.2% of the time. And it worked. The Browns led the league in pass defense success rate at 66.1%, the highest in the NFL next-gen stats era. That's not just good, it's historically great. Our defense also allowed a league-best 164.7 passing yards per game last season, and they're only getting better. So what's the secret to all this man coverage success? Newsome says it comes down to technique and confidence. Our coach, Brandon Lynch, is the best cornerbacks coach in the league, and he pushes us to be great and perfect out there. But also, that competitive edge, like when you have a defensive coordinator who trusts you, no matter if we get beat or not, we go back to what got us there. So I think that helps with the confidence part as well. Now, I want to hear your opinion. Do you think our cornerback group can block CeeDee Lamb and show the league why Jim Schwartz believes they are the best in the NFL? It looks like one of our biggest rivals, the Pittsburgh Steelers, may be making a move that could shake up the AFC North. Rumors are swirling about Dak Prescott, and the Steelers are emerging as a potential suitor for the Dallas Cowboys quarterback if he parts ways with Dallas. Yep, you heard that right, Dak Prescott in a Steelers jersey. Crazy, right? Bleacher Report recently released a list of teams that could be in the running for Prescott, and guess who made the cut? The Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, I know you're probably thinking, how does this affect the Browns? Well, it's simple. If Deshaun Watson doesn't step up and deliver the season we need, Cleveland could find itself in a position where they might need to consider other quarterback options. And Prescott's name could come up in Cleveland's front office, too. But let's dive into what this means for Pittsburgh first. According to Bleacher Report, if the Steelers aren't sold on their current QB situation, whether it's Kenny Pickett not panning out or another disappointment, they could go all in on Prescott in 2025. And let's be real, Prescott could be the piece they need to get back into serious AFC contention. They have a solid defense, a legendary head coach in Mike Tomlin, and a franchise that knows how to win. Prescott could fit right in and take them to a whole new level. Now, imagine we have to face a Steelers team with Dak at the helm twice a season. Not exactly a pleasant thought, right? Prescott would instantly make them more dangerous than they've been in years. And here's where it gets interesting for us Browns fans. If Deshaun Watson doesn't deliver in 2024, and let's be honest, the last 2 years haven't exactly been smooth sailing, would the Browns consider moving on from him and targeting Prescott? Sure, it seems like a long shot, especially with Watson's massive contract, but if things don't work out this season, Cleveland may have to get creative. Prescott, love him or hate him, is still one of the best quarterbacks in the league, and he could be the kind of upgrade Cleveland needs if Watson struggles again. It wouldn't be easy to make that kind of move. There are plenty of financial hurdles to overcome, but can you imagine Dak Prescott in a Browns jersey leading this talented roster? It's definitely something to think about, even if it seems like a long shot. Ultimately, no one wants to see Prescott tear the Steelers apart, making them a legitimate contender for the next few years. But if Watson can't return to his Pro Bowl form, we may be the ones looking for a major change at QB. All right, Browns fans, let's hear from you. What do you think? Could Prescott really end up in Pittsburgh, and how would you feel about facing him in black and gold? What about the idea of Dak in Cleveland if things don't work out with Watson? Just 2 days before the Browns season opener against the Dallas Cowboys, Deshaun Watson shared some heartbreaking news on Instagram. His father had passed away. The post was short, simply reading "Rest in peace, Dad," and it was clear that Watson was dealing with a personal loss at a pivotal time for him and the team. For those familiar with Watson's story, his relationship with his father, Don Richardson, was a complicated one. Watson has spoken before about being estranged from his father, who left the family when Deshaun was young. His mother, Deanne Watson, raised him and his 3 siblings on her own, and Deshaun often credits her as both his mother and father. In 2017, Watson mentioned that he had only seen his father maybe 5 times while growing up in Gainesville, Georgia. He didn't dwell on it much, though, choosing to focus on the strong bond he had with his mother. Now, this tragic news comes at a pivotal time for Watson and the Browns. After missing much of the 2023 season due to a broken bone in his throwing shoulder, this is a big year for him. Watson is looking to bounce back and prove why he's one of the best quarterbacks in the league, but dealing with such a personal loss could certainly affect his mindset heading into Week 1. So, Browns fans, how do you think this loss will affect Watson as he leads our team into the season? Let me know what you think in the comments below. And don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for the latest Browns news and updates. Go Browns!